Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only, Steve Harvey. Got a radio show. Yeah, man. God is in the blessing business all day, every day. God got hundreds of millions of blessings that he passes out every day. All I want to do is be the recipient, that I'm the recipient of what he has for me. That's all I want. I just want God's favor, and I want God's blessings. You know, of course, I need his mercy and his grace, but I just want his blessings and his favor. I want that in my life because it does things for me that I'm absolutely incapable of doing for myself. And I've been a recipient of many of those. And you can be the recipient of them too. You already are, really. Really, you already are. If you're getting up every morning, that's a blessing. If you're getting one day closer to anything you're trying to accomplish, that's a blessing. But now let me talk to you about this part right here, folks, because this is the part that messes people up a great deal. What happens when you get off track? What is that? What does that mean when you get off track? See, I've been off track. I can't tell you how many times. And it happens in so many aspects of your life. But what is it that makes getting off track so debilitating to some people? You know, there are some people who once they're off track, they off course, they off the dream, they on to something else. And you cannot allow the fact that you've gotten off track to stop you. Can I tell you something? Everybody gets off track. There are people who are living their life's dreams in spite of getting off track. See, what happens when you get off track, here's the simple thing to do. The simple thing is just to get back on track. Now, but that's easier said than done, ain't it, Steve? Yeah, because see, people, when you get off track, here's some of the things that happen. See, you get here come the naysayers, some of them from the outside, some of them internally. Here's what gets said when you get off track. See, I told you. I told you. You know, you start hearing that. It's not for you. Okay? This is all just because you got off track. It's not for you. Okay, here's another one. It ain't meant to be. You can hear it or you can say it. Well, I guess it's just not meant to be. But let me ask you a question, though. Who made the rule that when you get off track, you can't get back on? Who made that rule? Where is that written that once you get off track, you can't get back on? See, because I'm going to tell you something, folks. There's no such rule. As a matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. See, everybody in pursuit of a dream, a goal, an aspiration, or a mission is going to get off track sometimes. You're going to get derailed. There are going to be days where you're not going to get it right. There are going to be days when you feel like giving up. There's going to be days when you're just going to flat out get it wrong. That's the journey. But let me tell you something. Every successful person that I know, ever met, talked to, sat down and chopped it up with have shared one thing in common. We all get off track. We all get it wrong along the way. I don't care who the person is. The president got it wrong along the way. Your pastor got it wrong along the way. Choir director got it wrong along the way. The principal at your school got it wrong along the way. The valedictorian of your class got it wrong along the way. The star of the team got it wrong along the way. They've all been off track. Your boss down at your job, he got it wrong along the way. Your immediate supervisor got it wrong along the way. Everybody I know that has any measure of success in every level that you call success, however you want to label it, has gotten off track. As a matter of fact, it's impossible. Listen to me. It is impossible not to get off track in pursuit of your dreams, goals, visions, aspirations. It is impossible. Don't you let nobody tell you that they got through life unscathed, that they made it because they was just so determined and I would let nothing turn me back. Yeah, you might not have let nothing turn you back because you're here. Oh, but you thought about it. Oh, you thought about it on days when you was off track. But see, people don't like to tell the whole story. They just want you to think as much as you can about them. So when they tell you their story, they leave out the stuff along the way. It was just hard work and determination that got me here. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was the fact that you got off track and the grace and mercy of God allowed you to get back on. His forgiveness allowed you to get back on because you would not believe what some of the people have done. So when you get off track, don't allow the naysayers outside and the big naysayer inside. Because let me tell you something. The biggest naysayer of them all comes from inside. See, it don't matter what other people say out there. It takes some time for you to learn this, and I understand, because it took me some time to learn it. See, I have a lot of naysayers out there, but I ain't operating for them. I operate and function for the ones that love me, for the ones that get me, for the ones that understand what I'm really trying to do. And so don't you be the one that doesn't allow yourself to get back on track when you get off track. Because like I said, who made the rule up that you can't get back on track? There's no such rule out there. Stop stopping yourself from getting it right. So what? You started the diet at the beginning of the year and you already off. Start another one. Start over. Try it again. Don't ever stop trying. If you stop trying, you can't make it. But if you never give up the effort, if you never give up and say it's over, it ain't over. You heard the saying, it ain't over till the fat lady sang. I never invite her. She's not invited. It ain't over till the fat lady sang. I don't know where the fat lady stay. I have not sent her an invitation to none of my events. She's not welcome here. She didn't ask me a couple of times, how come I never get invited? Because you're going to start singing. And I ain't got time for that. All right? Stop inviting the fat lady to all your events. Thank you.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
There's a ton of stuff they don't want you to know.
Does the U.S. government really have alien technology?
And what about the future of artificial intelligence, AI? What happens when computers learn to think?
Could there be a serial killer in your town?
From UFOs to psychic powers and government cover-ups, from unsolved crimes to the bleeding edge of science, history is riddled with unexplained events.
We've spent a decade applying critical thinking to some of the most bizarre phenomena in civilization and beyond.
Each week, we dive deep into unsolved mysteries, conspiracy theories, and actual conspiracies. You've heard about these things, but what's the full story?
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your favorite shows.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has arrived. A new day is here, a gift, a present from God. I mean, he just does it. Whenever you get this opportunity, man, please don't forget to take a moment to say thank you. Because you've arrived at a point in your life you've never been before. It's called now. You're about to experience a day you've never had before. It's called today. You are about to experience a gift from God. It's called the present. Man, that's worthy. And nobody else can do that for you on a daily basis. Not any moment in the day except God Almighty. I owe him for that. Thank you, Lord. Steve Harvey Morning Show is on and cracking. Yeah. Okay. And I don't even know how to start. Shirley Strawberry. Holla. Good morning.
Morning.
Mississippi, Monica, Junior, government name, Kev Spakes, legend that is nephew Tommy, owner of the Chateau. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Steve Harvey.
Body blow. Good punch, boy. Yeah. We are here.
Steve?
What's happening, baby? It's Friday,
What's going
man.
on? How you feeling?
Well, you know, it's Friday. Things about to jump off. Anniversary is tomorrow, Saturday.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
How many
happy
years?
anniversary.
17. Got to be busy. Got to be busy tomorrow.
Nice.
I got to be busy tomorrow. Yeah, but you know I am. That's what
You
I
got
do.
it planned out?
Don't worry about it. Mind-blowing situations, that's all.
I love it. I love
Yes.
it, Steve.
Mind-blowing. I'm talking about blow your wig back.
Oh.
Yo.
Do you
Yeah.
enjoy doing that? You enjoy doing that?
Well, I enjoy doing it for somebody that appreciates it.
That's a big thing. That makes it.
You know, man, if I could offer a woman any suggestion, and now let me say this, ladies, I'm not saying it's not supposed to go the other way, cause I'm not. But let me tell you something, ladies. Nothing means more to your man than if you appreciate him. If you verbally thank him for the things he does. If your man does not love you just the way you want him to, but he giving you all he got, you might have a good man on your hands. He might not be the best communicator. He might not have the best way of showing it. But if he bringing it in every day for you, and he working with you, and that's what he got, you might have a pretty good one. But if you can tell him how much you appreciate him, that means so much to a man. And I can't tell you how many times it's overlooked, because I talk to men all the time, and that's the number one complaint when they around themselves or around each other. Man, all I do, man, they act like I'm just on automatic, like I'm supposed to. He said, I got that's my duty, but I just wish somebody, man, would just appreciate it. That's my suggestion.
Okay.
You ain't got to, but I bet it go a long way.
Coming up at 32 minutes after the hour. Thank you for that, Steve. We're going to hear from the nephew as he runs that prank back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for the nephew to run that prank back. What you got for us, Neff?
Me and my Jesus. Let's go.
Hello?
Hello, I'm trying to reach a sister.
This is she.
How you doing? I'm giving you a call on behalf of Baptist Church. You are a member there, am I right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Listen, I'm calling you. They some of the members have gotten together and had a meeting and wanted me to give you a call. It seems that a lot of them are complaining about Sunday services that go on and wanted for me to give you a call on their behalf so that we can see if we can address the problem and talk to you diligently as possible and try to get the problem rectified.
What's going on?
Well, it seems like that a lot of members are complaining.
I'm sorry, and what is your name again?
My name is ma'am. I'm not actually a member of the church. I've just been the one that's been asked to give you a call and try to talk on the members' behalf so maybe we can get this problem rectified that they have as far as you are concerned. Now,
Okay, go ahead. I'm just trying to see what this is in regards to. Go ahead.
well, it seems like the members of the church are complaining about that you're doing too much shouting at church on Sunday, and it seems to be going on every Sunday. You running up and down the aisle and you shouting all over the place. And it's
Whoa. Me, I've been singled out about my shouting. Is that what you're saying?
Well, evidently it's distracting, ma'am. You're distracting everyone from getting the word and listening to the word and being involved in the service. And that's the purpose of the call, is to see if we can get you to tone it down some.
Okay, so the whole church is complaining about me shouting the way people run up and down them aisles every Sunday and almost turn cartwheels and flips, and they singling me out, complaining about me?
Well, ma'am, I don't know how it is that you can see everybody else doing cartwheels when you're the ones that they say is the one that's doing them.
Well, how am I being singled out?
Man, all I'm saying is that they saying that you're doing too much shouting and too much running at this church. Now, I'm just the messenger.
Okay, well, they can't tell me how to shout. They can't tell me what's going on in my life, what's gonna keep me from praising God. They can go somewhere else with that, but they are not gonna tell me that I can't praise my God. They don't know how good God has been to me.
And you know what? I understand that. I agree with you wholeheartedly, but it's becoming a distraction. I mean, they was at the point last night talking about, should we put some seatbelts on the pews so you can stay down?
I wish they would put some seatbelts. How they gonna tell people they can't shout in church and praise God? What do we come to church for?
Well, you do come to...
They need to be trying to praise God and get their own shout on and stop looking at me and worrying about what I'm doing.
We're going to need you to quit running up and down these aisles and doing what you...
I'm sorry, sir. You know, I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying my best. Whew, Jesus. Sir, that's not happening. You can't tell me I got to stop shouting.
Okay, man, but let me ask you something. Are you running now? Aren't you just standing still talking?
No, because I don't have to run right now.
Okay, what I'm trying to get you to do...
I feel like if I want to run up and down this street right now, I can run up and down this street and praise God. But they're not going to tell me to stop shouting at church.
Can we get you to be a little bit more reserved as what we... See, man, let me go ahead and go further on what they do.
I'll move how the Spirit moves.
Okay, well, let me move and tell you what they've told me. Now,
go ahead, what they told you.
If we can't get to the point where you can, tone it down, then we may have to ask you to leave.
Let them ask me. Oh, Jesus.
What?
Oh, Jesus. Why would they want me to leave the church? I've been at that church for 15 years. I'm not leaving the church. I'm going to run up and down around the church. I may even turn me some flips wherever I feel like it.
Now, listen.
That's all I'm... Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to be there. I am going to be there on Sunday, ma'am. And I have been the person that's been appointed to make sure that you're not running up and down these aisles and shouting like this. You're going to have to keep yourself reserved so people can hear the word of God. You are standing in people's word. That's what you're doing. You in the way of...
You know what? If they come trying to sit me down, I'm going to give them a word and it ain't going to be a God. So let them put their hands up on me here.
Now listen.
I'm telling you that now. You could say, I haven't been in that church 15 years. If I want to run, dance, shout, jump, scream, whatever I want to do, I'm going to do it. And ain't nobody going to stop me.
You're going to have to stop this. This past Sunday was your last Sunday doing it, and you're not finna do it this Sunday.
Well, like I said, just watch. And I'm telling you, can tell the ushers, the deacon board, the deaconess, the minister's wives, or whoever else you want to tell, let them put their hands on me and see if I don't swing on them. I'm going to come right up out the Spirit and swing on them. I'm telling you that now. Because, see, sir, you done really pushed me there. I done tried my best.
Well, let me ask you this here. Where is...
I done tried to show that I'm saved and delivered, but you making me revert back to my own ways, and you really finna me off. That's what you finna do.
Okay, well, let me ask you this here. Where is the God at right now in you? Where is the one that's...
Right here? The God was in me when I was trying to be calm with you at first to tell you don't be calling me with this foolishness. But now you done made the other side of me raise up.
Well, you done raised it up in me too. Guess what? Come Sunday, you're gonna sit your in that pew and you ain't gonna move.
You call yourself a man of God, you cuss me to the home, sit my in the pew. Okay, all right, we gonna see how well my in that pew. Matter of fact, first thing Sunday morning, I'm going to pastor. Oh yeah, when your deacon, whoever you are, whatever your name is, I'm gonna tell them about it. Y'all better, however gave you my number, you need to lose.
I would be talking to Pastor myself and letting him know about this situation. You don't talk. You don't.
We can call Pastor right now. We can get Pastor on freeway.
You don't talk to Pastor. I talk to Pastor.
I talk to Pastor. I done been at this church 15 years. Like I said, I'm telling you, oh Jesus, you finna, oh Jesus.
Now, see, just like this here, you see how you calling on him and you standing.
Jesus. Yeah, because I'm calling on him to keep me from just really going to cuss you out right now, because you done really hit my nerve.
I got one more thing I need to say to you, lady.
Well, you know what? You better say it real quick, because you finna talk to this operator.
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your girl.
See, you know what? I'm gonna kick my butt. Lord. Y'all see, you had me up here cursing on the phone.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
I got one more thing, baby. Let me ask you something. What is the baddest? I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land.
Steve Harvey Morning Show, baby.
All right. Thank you, nephew. Coming up next, it is Ask the CLO. Our Chief Love Officer, Steve Harvey, is...
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to have a special guest that has built quite a resume in the interior design world. He's working with you, Steve. He's done that before, back in Chicago when you had your talk show. He's designed reality star Sheree Whitfield's house. He's starring in a brand new Netflix series, and he's going to tell us all about it at the top of the hour. But right now, it is time to ask the CLO. This is from Freesia in Lexington. Freesia writes, I'm 33 years old and I've been married for 15 years. I was a rebellious teenager and I married a controlling older man that's a preacher. From the beginning, he told me he told me he didn't want kids, but I do. Now, is it selfish to divorce him over this?
Been married since he was 18.
Well, I mean, if you want kids and he don't, I mean, it's your life. You know, you're a woman. You know, if that's been your dream is to have a child, that's your dream. I don't think you should not have a child because he don't want one. I mean, you know, you got married, but you got married early, and you got married to an older man, and you got married to a controlling man. Now, he wants to control that aspect of your life. If y'all can't reach a compromise, then, you know, I don't know what y'all gonna do. But that's a tough one, to want to have a child. And then him saying he don't want no kids, so y'all ain't having one. So what you supposed to do about your wanting to be a mother? I mean, I can't even imagine what that is because I have nothing to give you on that one because that's yours and yours alone. The only people that can make other people are women. So I would Shirley and Carla, what would you say to her? Because y'all make people. Y'all for real. Y'all actually have made another person. That's crazy. Y'all have produced another human life. I'm clueless about that.
She might have to divorce him if she wants kids and he doesn't, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's all
that's it.
Say. She can't make him want to be a father.
Right.
And if she really, really wants to be a mother, then she has to lay it all out there and have that final conversation. If that's not it, then they may have to
move
part
on,
ways,
find
like
somebody who does want kids.
See, we agree. Yeah.
All right. Moving on to Deontay in the DMV. Deontay says, I had a few drinks the other night and I took an Uber home. My wife saw the car pull off with a lady driving, but I have no proof that it was an Uber. My boy got it for me because my cell phone died. I need proof, but I'm so ashamed to ask him. So what do I do?
Hey, man, you better ask your boy for that proof.
Yeah.
Because you got to get that off you.
You need some receipts, partner.
See, let me explain something to you, dog. This, have you ever heard this, the slogan that pride cometh before a fall?
Yes.
Yes.
All you got to do is, hey, man, my girl saw the girl drop off, man, and she don't believe. Hey, man, you got something you can give me, man, so my girl get off my case. Ain't no dude not going to understand that.
Right.
Dog, dudes understand that, man. We understand that jam you in. Dog, he your boy. You don't want to go to him. You better go to him because if you don't disprove this, man, I can't tell you how long this gonna last. This years, dog. This years.
Summers.
This gonna cost you a lot of nights. You got to get that information, man.
Who dropping you off tonight?
All of that.
Same person dropped you off 2 years ago? Oh, I ain't forgot.
Why don't you get that heifer come pick you up?
All right, moving on to Katerina in Syracuse. Katerina says, my husband and I argue constantly about his son's hygiene. When we got married, his son was 6, and now he's 10 years old and not bathing properly or using deodorant. It will be a long, hot summer, so how do I get him to wash his butt?
You can't.
Baby.
You can't. How old is he? Did she say an age?
Yeah, he's 10 now. He was 6 when they got married.
Oh, 10. Oh, no. Oh, no. You can get up out of here. That's being a boy. Let me tell you what I used to do. I used to bring dirt in my pockets into the house. How much I hated taking a bath because we didn't have a shower. And I'd run water in the tub and swish it around and then sprinkle the dirt around the edge like it done made a rim. Man, my daddy used to knock my ass out. Dog, I was a little boy. I didn't understand that, man. I'm a little boy. The only thing that's going to change that, man, is one of them little girls up at the school. He going to discover them girls, and he going to get to bathing.
Oh.
I remember when Winton first saw, I had trouble with Winton like that, too. All my sons. But Winton went to school and liked this little girl. Then Winton came home and saw an Axe commercial, AXE. That
body spray.
Body spray.
And all that.
Boy, that damn Winton asked me, could he go up to the CVS with me? He said, Daddy, can I get my own soap? I said, yeah. He went and got a can of Axe. Because now I didn't know this. I just let him have it. I let him pick out his own stuff. That boy, next day for school, when he came down them steps,
what happened?
It was so much damn Axe in the air.
You were choking.
Dog, I was gagging. I said, man, what you got on? That's my Axe, Daddy. And I didn't really pay attention until one day I was watching a game and an Axe commercial came on and the boy came out and all the girls jumped on him and tackled him. I said, now I got it. And from that moment on, I never had no problem with Winton or Broderick. But let me tell you, that little boy, man, he don't care nothing about that. You wasting time washing. Wow. It's a waste of time. Now, Tommy was a little different little boy. We thought we was gonna have problems with him.
What did he do?
My daddy actually, well, you know, he was extra clean his whole life. My daddy thought something was wrong. Yeah, my daddy thought something was wrong with him.
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just a neat freak. I'm just a germaphobe.
You just like to be clean.
Well, you know, you wasn't like none of the other boys, so we, you know.
Hey.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
All right.
I should have known then. We was headed right on over there to Sweet Newt. I knew it. I should have knew it.
Pretty boy.
All this bathing and all this.
All right. Last one, Steve. Regina in Texarkana says, I've been dating a man for 3 weeks and he lied and said he was a doctor. Last night he admitted that he lied and he doesn't work at all because he's disabled. He wouldn't tell me what his disability is, and would it be shallow to stop seeing him?
No,
you know damn well.
What? He ain't working?
And he's a liar.
That ain't being shallow. I went from a doctor, 8 years of school, medical school, to I ain't even got a job. Where was this lie? Where was this lie planning on going? Man, I wish the hell no.
And you in Texarkana where everybody know everybody.
All right, thank you, CeeLo. Coming up next, it is Steve's former interior designer, Mikel Welch, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
There's a ton of stuff they don't want you to know.
Does the U.S. government really have alien technology?
And what about the future of artificial intelligence, AI? What happens when computers learn to think?
Could there be a serial killer in your town?
From UFOs to psychic powers and government cover-ups, from unsolved crimes to the bleeding edge of science, history is riddled with unexplained events.
We've spent a decade applying critical thinking to some of the most bizarre phenomena in civilization and beyond.
Each week, we dive deep into unsolved mysteries, conspiracy theories, and actual conspiracies. You've heard about these things, but what's the full story?
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your favorite shows.
This is a special transmission from M and Jem, and we're setting the navigation back to Earth.
Why? You promised we would stop on Zorb for those flangle fries.
We can go back for them later. We need to pick up some clean suits and fuel up because we have a lot more flights to do and we start now.
Oh? Who's flying with us this time? Tell me.
You know that's classified information, but soon all shall be revealed.
Ooh, do I still get my sound effects buttons?
Unfortunately.
Yes. Games?
Oh yeah,
and can we have a real alien on this time around?
Honestly, that might be a real possibility with how things are looking.
Woo!
Strap in tight and join us for Season 2 of In Our Own World, part of the My Cultura Podcast Network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
See you soon.
Hi, I'm Honey German.
And I'm Carolina Bermudez, and your favorite podcast, Life in Spanglish, is back for another season.
Join us as we dive into the vibrant and dynamic world of Life in Spanglish.
Get ready to laugh, cry, and experience a range of emotions as we tackle important issues such as identity, la familia, amor y más.
And this is not your abuelita's podcast. We give you the real and raw advice on sex, love, dating, carreras, and just about everything in between.
So you can expect a heavy dose of sazon with each episode, with stories you don't want to miss.
And you already know we touch on the chisme out in Hollywood, too.
And we never miss an opportunity to talk about the celebridades that are making headlines across the culture.
We will even take you into our salon, and here, there is never a line.
Take a seat and get ready as we dish out some hard truths to listener questions that sometimes can go a bit local. Listen to Life in Spanglish as part of the My Cultura Podcast Network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sacred Scandal, one of PodTrack's best new podcasts of 2022, is back with a closer look at the darkness surrounding megachurch La Luz del Mundo and its leader, Nason Joaquin Garcia.
They believed that he was Jesus Christ on earth.
It wasn't even so much that he liked sex. He wanted something depraved.
It's the largest cult in the world that no one has ever heard of.
For 3 generations, La Luz del Mundo had an incredible control on its community that began in Mexico and then grew across the United States. Until one day,
a day of reckoning for the man whose millions of followers call him the Apostle.
The leader was arrested, and the survivors began to speak out about the sexual abuse, the attempted murders, and the corruption.
Te van a matar. They will kill you.
Listen to Sacred Scandal, La Luz del Mundo as part of the My Cultura Podcast Network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
All right, this morning our special guest is interior designer and owner and CEO of Mikel Welch Designs. Mikel met Steve back in Chicago when Steve had his talk show. We all remember that. Mikel designed Steve's private dressing room for 3 whole seasons, and he was set designer for the show as well. Now Mikel is currently the resident designer for the Drew Barrymore show, and his interior design work has been featured in all the top design magazines, Architectural Digest, Traditional Home, Elle Decor magazines, and his newest TV project is Netflix Hack My Home series, where he's the interior designer of The Crew. So we got to find more about this show. Please welcome Mikel Welch. Mikel.
Morning,
Mikel.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Morning, man.
That damn Mikel Welch. Welch,
hey,
and the thing we have in common is his last name is Welch, which is where I was born, in Welch, West Virginia. That's it. So we had, my country ass got a makeover in my dressing room for 3 years in Chicago. He did an amazing job. He's been on my TV show several times, and now he done hit it big. Congratulations, Mikel.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Harvey, thank you so much. Thank you to the whole morning crew here. But yeah, it's happening, Mr. Harvey. You set up a platform, and it's been going since.
Well, you've been jumping it off. You know, I'm back on the show now because I got uninvited off my own show this morning by my cast member who didn't want me on the show because I had an attitude problem.
We did not.
But I decided to come back in on the show just to introduce you.
Well, I appreciate it.
Well, we have a lot of haters on my show, so I had to deal with that.
Don't listen to that, Mikel.
And I will be handling it once you go. So go ahead, ladies. Let's get started. Let's tell them all about this Netflix special.
We want to hear about your new show, Hack My Home. It's Netflix's newest renovation show. Features 8 episodes of family. So tell us about it, Mikel.
Yeah, so you know what? This show is unlike any other show that I've worked on. So kind of think of like, if I had to put it into layman's terms, like think of like back in the day when George Jetson used to have things that came out of the ceiling, out of the walls, out of the floors. We kind of think of unconventional methods to redesign our spaces. And so you never really know where the storage solutions are going to come from. And that's where we get the term hack my home, is to try to make it, you know, as functional as possible, but we're using some really innovative technology in order to do so.
Oh, that's cool. That's interesting. I like that.
Yeah, it's a completely different concept. You know, it's not going to be your cookie cutter or makeover show where it's just like, oh, we tear down a pretty wall and now you have a beautiful space. It's like, no, honey, we're going to do something a little bit different. So, this one I think is going to surprise people, just the way we reimagine these spaces and, give people storage solutions that are really hidden within their home.
I need you at my house.
Well, I was going to ask Mikel, I like the word hack my home. That's a big thing now because people are teaching you different kinds of hacks. So that is like this cool concept. So, what was it like to work with, so you have a diverse group of creative people? Because you got to be creative to come up with hacks.
Yeah.
You follow me? So what was that like?
Yeah.
It's like, look at it and you come up with the hack, or how's that work?
Yeah, so, the fun part about this show is everybody comes to the table with something different. Like, Brooks is in charge of innovation. He's going to come through with all these crazy, wacky ideas. And then Ati is our engineer. So she'll sit down and she'll say, wait a minute. Okay, these ideas are great, but let's see how we can functionally do it without the city calling us, telling us that somebody's house is going to fall down. And so that part is nice because, you don't want that to happen. And then Jessica comes in. She's like our engineer. And, when she comes in, she just makes sure that everything is structurally sound. And then I come in and kind of whirl around with my design magic and fairy dust, kind of put it all together and make it look good. And you can see everything come together. Yes, sir.
So people can get a real understanding. Give me an example of a hack.
So a perfect example of a hack. Let's say you needed extra storage in your kitchen, right? You got pots and pans everywhere. You don't have any more space up under your kitchen cabinet. So we will build something that will recess, for instance, out of the ceiling where you can hang all of your pots and pans. It goes back up into the ceiling and nobody even knows that it was ever there. And so you hit a little button and it comes back down and now it's, hidden and you can grab everything that you need and it goes right back up. So that's an example of a hack. So it's not, because I know you don't like things that look cheap. And so it's one of those shows where I know you don't. And so I think somebody like you will appreciate it because we created things that look good and they don't look cheesy. They're real solutions, but they don't look cheesy.
Because Junior got a brand new house.
Yes.
And he needs some hacks. Junior needs everything.
A lot of them.
He need his seasoning to come out the flow. Can you get his seasoning for his cooking to come straight out the flow?
Yeah, well, I don't think he wants his seasoning song coming out the flow, but we'll put it in the wall and we'll help him that way. But yeah, I mean, it's serious. It's one of those things where once you see it in person, the hacks that we have, and they're really solutions. Hacks are just solutions. They're just hidden solutions, and we're giving people hidden solutions to help save their life.
All right. Mikel, we can't wait to watch Hack My Home, your brand new series.
My House.
It premieres Friday, July 7th on Netflix. It sounds great. We love you. We know you're a great designer, and we will be watching and supporting you as always.
Hack your home, and for those of you out there with boards, hack does not mean breaking and entering. Hack.
What in the world?
Hack your home. You got to tell people.
Thanks, Mikel. We'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, pop star Bebe Rexha was rushed off stage during her concert in New York City recently after a fan threw a phone at her and hit her dead in her face. She had a nasty black eye and posted a picture the next day stating that she was fine. The 27-year-old man that threw the phone was arrested and charged with harassment and assault, both misdemeanors. According to the police report, when the alleged attacker was asked who threw the phone, he raised his hand and said, "I did. I was trying to see if I could hit her with the phone at the end of the show because it would be funny." What?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
So,
see right here? Now,
so here's the question. Yeah, I want.
No,
go ahead, Steve.
Go ahead, Cheryl. No,
I want to ask you guys, if you're still performing in front of crowds, especially Tommy and Junior, does this scare you? What would you guys have done? Steve, back in the day, what would you have done?
I'm whooping this dude ass.
Yeah, it's a fight coming at this. It's a fight.
And we at the end of the show, too. They done got their money's worth. Oh, yeah. We're going to whoop your
I'm
ass.
saying good night and an iPhone hit me. Oh, no, so.
Yeah. Well, you know how they jump in the crowd? What they call that when they perform?
When they go,
when they belly flop out in the crowd?
Go front or back.
Well, here I come.
You telling the crowd, catch me.
Catch me. I'm coming. And then as soon as you catch me, just put me down on the ground. I'm finna, cause we finna go ahead and find out how funny it is. Yeah. No, though, but see, this misdemeanor, no, he threw it. That's
intentional.
That's assault.
And admitted it, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it would be funny if I hit her. Okay. Fool.
Well, let us throw a phone at you and hit you in the eye. And see.
Yeah, some of the reports said she had to get stitches. Yeah.
Oh, but see, my security though. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, she got a real cut over her eye.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, my security, they don't do funny. They not real funny people.
Yeah. Why would
you ain't gonna believe where my guy gonna put this iPhone at. You ain't gonna believe where he's gonna
put it. You throwing it.
We're gonna push this iPhone dead up in you. I promise. We're gonna
Yeah, my main security guy, the whole time he whooping your ass, it's a lot of Spanish being said.
How do you think this is going to be funny, though, when you
should
threw
be
it?
banned from the venue.
Yeah.
You should not be able to attend concerts ever again. That you assaulted a performer?
A performer during her show.
Yeah, you injured her? No. You can't come you can't come to this venue ever again. Goodbye.
Yeah.
My fans would whoop his behind.
Yeah. Concert goers.
That's a good thing. I just don't understand how you think that would be funny. That's really crazy to me.
But a man, you throwing a phone at a woman?
Yeah. It makes no sense. So she had to stop the show and go get treated, by a doctor.
She had to leave.
Yeah.
So then the other fans should have been like, you gonna give us our money back? And she stopped this show.
Yeah. This is craziness. All right. Coming up next, it is Roscoe Wallace in the building right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, it is Friday. You know what that means. Roscoe is in the building. Carla, what you got for Roscoe today?
Right here, baby. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, Roscoe.
What's up, Roscoe?
What's going on, Shirley?
Hey, Roscoe.
Hey, what's on, Carly?
Hey, Roscoe. What's up?
Hey, Junior.
Roscoe, my hero. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Mississippi? Catfish, baby. Going on top of town. Everything good,
my
baby.
Man.
Know what it is. Look at you. Everything going around here. Hey, bring it over here.
What?
Bring it over here. I was talking to the white girl.
That was not English.
Who?
White girl.
Who talking to
I'm talking to the white girl. Yeah. All that good right there. What's going on?
Okay, Roscoe. So picture this.
Picture.
It's wedding season. It's Steve's anniversary. You're going
here
y'all
and
going,
now.
Get it started. I want some wedding
I
songs.
promise to love faithfully. You're all I need. Here and now.
Who that now?
I promise to love faithfully. You're all I need.
Go on in there, Roscoe. Sing it.
Here and now. That's a wedding for you right there. If you ain't had to say nothing to me right there.
Okay,
now
give me
I'm
another.
doing the red song.
I won't. Always and Forever by Heatwave.
Always and forever. Each moment with you.
Sing, Roscoe.
Come on, boy.
Just like a dream to me that finally came true. Oh, let me do the break. And I know tomorrow.
Yes. Sing it, Roscoe.
Will always be the same.
I'm at the concert. Roscoe.
Second to give to me.
Come on, dig deep.
That magic you bring.
Look it.
Every day. Love in your special way.
What do you
with a smile.
Oh, you better smile.
Hey, time to tell me.
You sing it today, Roscoe.
You really care. And we'll share tomorrow.
Yeah.
Forever.
Whoa, you better sing. Up in here.
Always love you.
Love you.
I said I always love you.
I like how he remixes them.
Forever.
Go on, Ross.
Yeah, you really know this one, Roscoe.
Loving you.
Hey, come on, Roscoe.
Come on, Roscoe.
Is the thing,
that I
had.
play. Come on, boy. You're singing today.
Staying in there,
really
too.
is.
Loving you. Love. Boy, I'm telling you, boy, I felt that.
Yeah, you did. You can't say
I felt that thing all the way down in me.
Yeah.
What else you got? One more. What you
One
need?
more wedding song. All right, you already did Luther, but can you give me one more Luther so amazing?
Do 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 do. Do do boo do do boo do do do.
Spring phone call up next. Sing us out, Roscoe.
Tell him we'll be back.
Yeah, we got some.
You say you want me to come back?
I said,
No, we said
sing us out. We'll be back.
Oh, okay. I thought you said come back. I'll stay right here. All right, y'all.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at about 4 minutes after the hour, it's my strawberry letter for today. And the subject is, there's no emotion in his motions. We'll get into that, find out what that's all about in just a few, because right now it is time for the nephew and today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Neff?
You know, they be out here faking it. Shirley. So this is the title right here. You didn't fall and you ain't getting no money. Okay? You didn't fall and you ain't getting no money.
Why got these crutches?
Nah. All right, let's go, cat dog.
Hello?
I'm trying to reach a Glenda Ann, please.
This chick.
How you doing? My name is Brad. I'm actually with the A&C department, accidents and conditions. Wanted to give you a call and see how you're doing this morning.
I'm just fine.
Great. Now, I am the accident and condition coordinator, the last person that it goes to before actually issuing out a check. And just wanted to give you a call and see how everything is going. Have you been to the doctor on your fall? And just wanted to do a follow up with you and make sure everything is okay.
Yeah, everything is just fine, thank you.
Have you needed to do any rehabilitation work or anything like that? This is just a random procedure of all the notes that I have to write down. And like I said, this is the final step of getting you out a check. Now, the last I heard, you were offered $2,000. Is that correct?
If you work there, you go ask your supervisor. You would know all that if you worked there.
Okay. Well, I'm just looking at the file that I have, ma'am. I don't have everything in front of me.
If you got that wrote down, that's what they offer.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, listen, here's what we're doing. I've also been brought some other records. Is this the first time you've actually had an incident like this?
What?
Is this the first time you've had an incident of actually falling?
Yeah, that's my first time.
Okay. Well, actually, what we're doing, looking over the records here, I've got some actual incidents that it seems like you've actually fallen several times in other places. And what I'm having to do here, ma'am, is let you know that I am not going to sign off on this at all. So the money that has been offered to you, I am no longer going to be, I'm not going to confirm this check to go out to you. I don't think that there's anything wrong with you. I don't think that you have a problem. I think that there's something that you deliberately did in one of our stores.
I could care less about what you think. What happened was the was on the floor. I fell. They don't have to pay for the claim either way it go.
No, we're not going to. Actually, ma'am, what I'm going to have to do is get you to come down and sign an agreement.
I'm not coming nowhere.
Yes, I'm going to need you to come down and sign an agreement that you actually made this whole thing up. And I need that in writing.
I'm not coming nowhere.
Look, ma'am, I don't care if you come down or I have to come down and haul your in, because I'm not signing over a check to you for somebody that deliberately laid down in the floor and act like something was wrong with them.
You're lying, deliberately done a thing.
How exactly did...
it was witnesses. You need to talk to them.
I've spoken to every witness, and you know what, ma'am? Everyone thinks
you haven't spoken to every witness because my friend was there. You haven't spoken to her.
There's a lot of people that assume that you're lying.
Well, I don't care what they assume.
Ma'am, let me explain something. We can take this thing further. I even have you on video, actually deliberately laying down in the middle of the floor as if you have actually slipped.
I know you're lying.
No, I'm not.
I know you're lying.
No, I am not, ma'am. And
now,
listen, we're not going to give you $2,000. We're not going to give you $2.
What's your name?
My name is Brad with the A&C department.
Well, you won't be having a job too much for long because you're a fool.
No, I'm not a fool. I want to make sure that you understand. I want to make sure that you understand.
Now, I want to make sure you understand.
That this is not something that you can do or continue to do. Now, I want to hear it out of your mouth. You tell me, did you lay down on that floor deliberately?
You crazy. You think I'm finna sit here and tell you I deliberately laid down in a floor?
Am I crazy? Am I crazy for you to sit here and tell me the truth?
I accidentally fell. That's it. That's all.
No.
That's all I
deliberately laid down on that floor, and you're deliberately trying to get $2,000 worth of money that does not belong to you.
Well, you just review the damn tape then, and you'll see what happens.
Would you like for me to get authorities to come over, ma'am, and bring you in? Because what we're...
I don't give a who you get. You get whoever you want to get.
If I need to send authorities down there, ma'am,
okay, well, you send them over here. I'm not scared of them either.
I don't think I'm not.
Do?
They're going to bring you in, and you're going to sign this form I have that you deliberately laid down on that floor.
You're a fool.
The nerve of you black people.
I'm not coming in. I'm not signing nothing. Now what you talking about? I don't know. I ain't never heard this you talking about.
Now I want you to bring your little narrow black behind in here so we can get this stuff rectified. Is what I want done.
Are you crazy or deaf or you ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, I tell you that. I am not coming in. I don't know what I would have to come in for.
I want you to sign a form that you deliberately laid down on this floor, and it was all fictitious.
Now, why the would I do something like that and then go to jail?
Why would you lay down in the floor in the first place when you knew nothing was wrong?
I told you I didn't do that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. It was in front of you. I could look you in your eyes and tell when you're lying.
I told you. I told you what happened. That's it. That's all. Bye.
Hey, let me say one more. Hello? Call her right back.
Hello.
Man, I don't want to continue to go back and forth with you.
Look, you really pissed. Look, I told you what happened. I'm not going to keep on telling you that. I don't know why the you keep calling me. Let me speak to your damn supervisor.
Let me say, well, first of all, ma'am, first of all, I am the supervisor. This is what I want. I think we can get this.
Look, what the I'm going to come in and sign what?
Here's what I want you to do. If you come down and sign it, I'll let you go.
If you think I'm finna come and sign some papers saying I laid on the floor, it ain't none of that true. The was on the floor, I fell, that's it, that's all. Now, what the are you talking about?
Have you been drinking?
Have you been drinking?
Are you listening?
Have you been drinking?
I want
to drinking got to do with anything. What I do on my own personal time is my business.
Can I say one more thing?
Drinking? Don't keep calling me with that.
Okay, I'm gonna say one more thing, and I'll let you go.
My back still hurt, and you talking about you ain't gonna give me no money. You crazy? I am gonna get some money. They should have had that up off the floor. Then I wouldn't be having to go through none of this. You have I been drinking?
Glenda, I'm gonna say one more thing to you, and then I'm gonna let you go.
What?
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your brother JT.
Who did it? James.
James, baby, James.
I don't know. Yeah, James, I'm gonna get him when he get home. Who is this?
This is Nephew Tommy. How you doing, baby? You stand your ground, baby.
Second, huh?
Stand your ground, baby. Stand it. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. My pressure was going up a little bit, but now I'm fine now.
And everybody here at the Steve Harvey Morning Show, we love you, Glenda.
Okay, thank you. I love you too.
Nah, you ain't falling. You ain't getting no money.
What is wrong with it?
Come on, man.
What's wrong with it?
You didn't think that was wrong, dog, at all.
Oh, I love it. I come to be wrong. I come to do it.
You do it so well.
St. Louis. The nephew is coming to St. Louis. That is July 7, 8, 9. July 7, 8, 9. The nephew is at Club Helium Comedy Club. July 7, 8, 9. Skip to the Lou, St. Louis. Here I come. Tickets on sale right now. And I'll also be at the Kappa Conclave. Yes, I will. I'll be hosting the family outing on the Riverwalk along with the beautiful Deanne King. I will be in the building with my brother Sweet Noop.
What happens on Family Day at the Kappa Clay?
You got some step teams coming out competing. You got some entertainers coming out. We got saxophones. We got jazz. We got music in the park. You got a whole lot going on while we at the on the Riverwalk in Tampa, Florida. Did I answer that?
That's nice, man. At the Q's Clay, we can't have no kids around us.
well, we doing family outing stuff.
All right, nephew, thank you. Up next.
Right now, Clay's going to be different.
Strawberry letter. There's no emotion in his motions is the subject. We'll get into that right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
There's a ton of stuff they don't want you to know.
Does the U.S. government really have alien technology?
And what about the future of artificial intelligence, AI? What happens when computers learn to think?
Could there be a serial killer in your town?
From UFOs to psychic powers and government cover-ups, from unsolved crimes to the bleeding edge of science, history is riddled with unexplained events.
We've spent a decade applying critical thinking to some of the most bizarre phenomena in civilization and beyond.
Each week, we dive deep into unsolved mysteries, conspiracy theories, and actual conspiracies. You've heard about these things, but what's the full story?
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your favorite shows.
This is a special transmission from M and Jem, and we're setting the navigation back to Earth.
Why? You promised we would stop on Zorb for those flango fries.
We can go back for them later. We need to pick up some clean suits and fuel up because we have a lot more flights to do and we start now.
Oh? Who's flying with us this time? Tell me.
You know that's classified information. But soon all shall be revealed.
Ooh. Do I still get my sound effects buttons?
Unfortunately.
Yes. Games?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And can we have a real alien on this time around?
Honestly, that might be a real possibility with how things are looking.
Woo!
Strap in tight and join us for Season 2 of In Our Own World, part of the My Cultura Podcast Network, available on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
See you soon.
It is time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com. And we could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now. And you never know, it could be yours.
It could be yours. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject, there's no emotion in his motions. Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm 47 and my husband is 49 years old. We have twin daughters that are seniors in high school next year, and then we'll be empty nesters. Our daughters are professional dancers, and one will be moving to New York to do ballet, and the other one will be on tour with a pop star. My daughters' lives are way more interesting than mine, and I wish I could go away with them. In the last year, all of the pizzazz has seeped out of my marriage, and my husband comes home from work and barely speaks some days. I've talked to him about depression, and he says nothing's wrong with him. I asked him if we're having financial problems, and that's not it because I did a little research for myself. I asked him about our summer travel plans to New York so our daughters can visit, and he says he may not be able to go. But that's not what has me worried the most. It's how cold he treats me while we're being intimate. He doesn't put any emotion in his motions like he used to. It's like wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And he falls asleep. He doesn't kiss me, and he stopped me from doing the pregame activities that he used to love. The last time we had sex was 22 days ago, and he told me to hurry up and finish because he'd had a long day. When I worked from home 2 days a week, he used to come home during the day and tighten me up, but he stopped doing that. How can a man go from passionate kisses and lovemaking to a few quickies here and there? After 22 years of being together, he has changed, and I can't even imagine him cheating on me. I don't want to be a nagger, but is it cool to ask him if he's seeing another woman? As his wife, you've got to know that you can ask your husband anything, even if he's seeing another woman. I mean, the problem with that is, are you going to be ready for his answer if it's yes or whatever it is? It could be the truth. It could be a lie. It could be nothing at all. He may not answer you at all. You say that, he hardly speaks to you sometimes. His response could be with anger, disrespect, or in his case, just no emotion at all. Clearly, your marriage is in some serious trouble here. I mean, he's barely talking to you. He's very cold to you during your time in the bedroom. He has changed, and it is not for the better. What information did you leave out of this letter? Because these things usually happen gradually and not all of a sudden. Now, just like that, he no longer finds you attractive. He's rushing you during intimacy. I think something has happened, and you need to find out what it is. It could be another woman. It could be depression. It could be any of those things. You can't be afraid to ask him, though, what it is and do your own research. You've done your own research into your finances, so you can do research into that. Don't just give up and do nothing. You got to talk to him. You got to have a conversation with him. It's not nagging. You definitely need to know what's going on in your marriage. Steve?
This letter here is it's about change. It's about lack of communication. It's about, here's what happens in marriage, especially when you've been married for some years. When you get married, after a while, everybody changes. Everybody changes. Nobody stays the same. It may be a subtle change that you don't recognize, but everybody changes. The problem is the people that you change into, those two people still have to like the person that they've become. So what has happened is what y'all used to be, y'all ain't no more. He used to be passionate. He ain't no more. But I got news for you. Somewhere in this letter, you're leaving out a lot of information because something you used to do, you ain't doing no more. Something you used to be, you ain't being no more. Now, what happens in marriage is this can happen rather quickly if you're not careful. Because it can happen to newlyweds when you're not communicating. I tell people all the time, first thing you could do when you get married, what I had to learn the hard way was to form a two-handed circle. I had to learn that the hard way. When you allow other people in with their opinions, thoughts, that they don't have all the inside information, all of their information and advice going to be bad. It's going to be wrong because it ain't filtered in all the facts. Plus, now you all have twin daughters who have all gone off and graduated high school, and they're professional dancers. One's to go to be in New York to be a ballet dancer, and the other's background dancer for a pop star. Okay, but now y'all empty nesters. Okay, well, you out. Ain't no more distractions. It's just you and him. That's what happened when COVID hit. COVID broke up a lot of relationships. Because the distraction was gone. Going to work was gone. Staying at happy hour was gone. Moving around, going to the gym was gone. Everybody was just at home. And you discovered, Lord have mercy, I needed all them distractions. Because now it's just me and her. It's just you and him. And a lot of people discovered something. They ain't like each other. Do you know that you can love a person but not like them? Here's another fact. You can be in love with the wrong person. Uh-oh. Anybody hear what I said? I said you can be in love with the wrong person.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Seen that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, welcome to the movies. We've all seen it. I know how this one ends. When we come back, here's my prediction.
All right. Coming up at 23 minutes after the hour, we'll have more of Steve's response, part 2 of today's Strawberry Letter. There's no emotion in his motions, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. And the subject is, there's no emotion in his motions.
Ain't no emotion in his motions. No emotions in his motions. Because ain't no emotions in the relationship. Something has happened. The two people that when you all first married, how many years have they been married?
22, Steve, 22.
22 years ago, the two of you are totally different people now. I don't know anybody that's the same as they were 22 years ago. I don't know anybody. Time changes people. Time changes all people. Now, the people that the two of you have become, through the lack of communication, you may be discovering that the two of you don't even like each other. Now, he's made it obviously clear that he don't like you, according to this letter. He don't talk to you when he come in from work. He barely speaks to you some days. You've talked to him about depression. He's saying nothing wrong with him. Then you ask him if y'all having financial problems. And that ain't it, because you did some research for yourself. Okay. Then you ask him about y'all summer plans to go see these twin daughters y'all got, who are both dancers. One of them's a ballet and the other one dance for a pop star, so they can visit the daughters. He said he may not be able to go. But the problem you got is how cold he treats you when you all are intimate. He don't put any emotion in his motions like he used to. It's like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and he falls asleep. He don't kiss me and he stopped me from doing the pregame activities that he used to love. Don't do that. Stop. I don't need that. Come on, let's hear it. Come on. I don't need all that. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it.
Ooh, that's terrible.
Wow.
Man, that's horrible.
No, this is what you do. Hey, what you finna do? I don't even like that no more. Come on, baby. Come on. Get up. Come on. Don't do that. What?
In trouble.
I don't ever remember saying that in my life. I've never said these words. Get up. Don't do that. I've never said it in my whole damn life.
Okay. This is 6 years.
Get up.
Don't
do that.
Junior.
I've never said that. Ever. I've stopped a lot of things in my life.
But never that.
But I have never, ever said, get up. Don't do that to me. Ever. Something is wrong here.
Yeah.
Something's horribly wrong. He don't kiss you no more. The last time we had sex was 22 days ago. Now, he 47. Don't worry about that. Them days going to stretch out way longer than that. There's going to be some 22s. You're going to see some 22s. You're going to put a 3 and a 4 in front of it sometime. There's going to be some days. And then he told me to hurry up and finish because he had a long day.
Ooh, that's cold.
When I work from home, when I work from home 2 days a week, he used to come home during the day and tighten me up. But he done stopped doing that. How can a man go from passionate kisses and love making to a few quickies here and there after 22 years of being together? 22 years is the key. Things have changed. And it's been like this for a while, lady. This ain't just started happening. See, you telling us the last time y'all had sex was 22 days. But you ain't said how many times you had it in the 22 days prior to that. I'm telling you, this has been happening. He has changed, and I can't even imagine him cheating on me. Oh, you can't?
What?
Okay.
What?
Glad you can't. I don't want to be a nagger, but is it cool to ask him if he's seeing another woman? Well, lady, let me ask you a question. That's a dumb-ass question to ask a man. Because what do you think he gonna say? I have not heard a woman ask her husband, are you seeing somebody else? And he said, wow, it's funny you ask. As a matter of fact, I am. I be damned. Yeah.
Mr. T.
So, hey, baby, yeah. Yeah. So what's for dinner?
Yeah.
You think that he finna tell you that? Now, that may not be the case, but what does your intuition tell you? But I can tell you right now, if y'all don't hurry up and have some conversations about the real issue, this is over. This is over. Because the distractions in your life are gone. Them 2 kids is off. Y'all empty nesters. It's just you and him. See, you haven't noticed it, but when the kids was there, he didn't have to talk to you all the time because the kids was there. And the subject y'all talked about a lot of time was the kids. When you remove the subject of children daycare, college tuition, helping the kids out, when you remove that conversation, it's you and him. And y'all need them distractions back. COVID broke up a lot of families. Empty nesters break up a lot of families. But it could be your opportunity to find what you really need. It could be his opportunity too. Maybe y'all have grown apart, but if y'all don't hurry up and talk this out and find out, get to the core of the problem, and I'm going to tell you something else too, lady. You are not what you used to be 22 years ago. So as you point the finger at what he ain't doing no more, you're going to have to go to counseling and take a look at what's happening to you. Because when you point your finger, remember 3 of them fingers, they're pointing back at you. And your thumb is too, so that's really 4.
All right, leave us your comments on today's Strawberry Letter on Instagram at Steve Harvey FM, and check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on the iHeartRadio app. It is free. Coming up next, it is Sports Talk with Junior right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, it is time now for Junior and Sports Talk. What you got, Junior?
Not today. I need help today, Shirley. Not today. Not sports.
Yeah,
I need to talk to you.
No way. Come on, ain't no damn sports. No way.
We in a drought.
What?
Yeah, we got a drought anyway. But let me ask you this. You gonna be married 17 years tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you remember your first anniversary?
Yeah.
Okay. Mine's coming up.
I know exactly where it was.
What'd you do for your first one?
I was in south of France.
Okay, she not finna get that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
what else?
First anniversary, man, south of France. That was her dream, was to go to the to go to Nice and go to the Eden Rock Hotel. Okay. She had read about it. That was her dream for years.
Mm-hmm. I'm not taking my wife to South France. We can't.
Well, that ain't her dream, Junior.
Okay, but South Florida sound good right now.
Atlanta.
Yeah, South Florida.
Again, Junior.
South Florida. We go to Miami. But
yeah,
I just need an idea of what to do for the first one, because this first one is special.
Well, let me ask you a question. What has she always wanted to do?
Go
and
to
the reason
Bora
you
Bora.
don't know that, huh?
No, go to Bora Bora.
Well, dog, I'm gonna tell you right now, Bora Bora costs more money than go to the south of France.
What?
I'm gonna tell you right now, it costs more money to go to Bora Bora than to do the south of France. You can get to Paris from Atlanta in 8 hours. Bora Bora from LA is 17 hours.
What?
Yeah.
It ain't in the Caribbean? That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was.
Are you out your
It's not? I'm gonna give her a new vision. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give her a new vision.
No, you thought it was in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Bora Bora?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Right next to the Bahamas. That's what I thought.
Boy, let me...
Bora Bora,
really?
Bahamas, B&B. I thought it was right next door to each other. You mean tell me it's 17 hours?
Dog, Junior, do you know you have to stop in, I think it's Thailand?
Really?
Where do you can't just fly straight to Bora Bora. Tahiti.
10 and a half hours.
That's right.
Yeah, man, you got to stop in Tahiti.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, she gonna get a new vision. That's what she finna get.
You ain't gonna be married long, dog.
Yeah, man, why did you ask me, man?
Because...
Dog, no.
You all keep saying that.
I'm
Junior.
telling you.
Look at what he keeps saying.
What am I saying? That's wrong.
Everything you keep saying she ain't finna get.
What?
Well, you keep saying what she ain't gonna get. Dog, you gotta make something happen. It's your damn job. I'm sorry, Junior.
What?
I'm from the old school. It's your job.
Okay, so you ain't never
That's
took a
your
day off?
duty.
You ain't never took a day off?
What?
In your marriage, you never took a day off. 17 years, you ain't never took a day off.
Dog, you don't get to
You
be
can't take
single
one
in
off
your
now.
marriage.
You just...
This is
Dog, you don't
crazy.
get days off in this. You
This
got to
is
be the
so crazy.
husband the whole time.
The whole
I'd
time.
divorce your ass. I would.
That's fine, Tommy. That's fine, but I just asked a question. I ain't got all the
To
answers.
the first anniversary. Good luck. Coming up at the top of the hour. Have any of you ever missed someone from your past so badly that you went all out to find them? We'll talk about that right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
There's a ton of stuff they don't want you to know.
Does the U.S. government really have alien technology?
And what about the future of artificial intelligence, AI? What happens when computers learn to think?
Could there be a serial killer in your town?
From UFOs to psychic powers and government cover-ups, from unsolved crimes to the bleeding edge of science, history is riddled with unexplained events.
We've spent a decade applying critical thinking to some of the most bizarre phenomena in civilization and beyond.
Each week, we dive deep into unsolved mysteries, conspiracy theories, and actual conspiracies. You've heard about these things, but what's the full story?
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on the iHeart Radio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your favorite shows.
This is a special transmission from M and Jem, and we're setting the navigation back to Earth.
Why? You promised we would stop on Zorp for those flangle fries.
We can go back for them later. We need to pick up some clean suits and fuel up because we have a lot more flights to do, and we start now.
Oh? Who's flying with us this time? Tell me.
You know that's classified information, but soon all shall be revealed.
Ooh, do I still get my sound effects buttons?
Unfortunately.
Yes. Games?
Oh yeah,
and can we have a real alien on this time around?
Honestly, that might be a real possibility with how things are looking.
Woo!
Strap in tight and join us for Season 2 of In Our Own World, part of the My Cultura podcast network, available on the iHeart Radio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
See you soon.
All right, so rapper Q-Tip recently initiated a search for a former acquaintance of his from high school. Q-Tip is 53 years old now, and last week he posted a message on Twitter looking for a girl that he went to a concert with back in the 9th grade. He said, quote, "There was a girl I went to high school with. Her name was Pamela Sweat. We went to a Prince concert in the 9th grade. So Pam, if you're out there, I'd love to know you are well. I think of you often." Mm-hmm. Social media investigators then got on the case and found an old graduation picture of Pam Sweat. Then they found Pam's Instagram account and a more recent picture of her from April of this year. Q-Tip confirmed it was Pam by responding yes to the graduation picture, and then he posted Pam under Pam's last Instagram post. We wish him the best of luck on reuniting with Pam. And to the guys, I have to ask you, is there anyone from your past that you think of often and wouldn't mind reuniting with, just like Q-Tip and Pam?
Well, I'm just based on this picture right here. Q-Tip done hooked back up with Cotton Swab. And they can go out now and help with
She is not a vibrant fan.
On that note, I'm out.
Man.
We all have to be out on that one. Yeah. Steve!
What?
I'm still in here with
I can tell you right now, I'm telling you right now, that ain't what Q-Tip had in now.
Get up, Carla!
Because Cotton Swab is in this picture right here.
Nobody looks like they did at graduation.
Nobody. I don't know what Q-Tip thought he was finna find.
I found it though.
Yeah. Woo! Cotton Swab said, "I tell you what." Here I go.
Her name is Pam.
Pam. Woo! I'd like to find a homeboy of mine though that I went to high school with.
No,
if I could find Scott. Huh?
A girl.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, we know you got him. We know you.
Regina Pringle. God.
Mm-hmm. Regina Pringle.
Boy,
you think Regina gonna look the same?
I saw a picture of this girl that's in college. I had a
don't look the same. Be quiet.
You had hair, remember?
Yeah, you don't. You don't look the same, Tom.
I know.
I had a crush on a girl that was a cheerleader at Kent State.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a picture of her. She's still good.
Oh, okay.
Good. She's aging well. Good.
Good. I wonder if I saw Teresa Shepard on my show.
Mm-hmm.
I carried her books home with her. I carried her books home when I was in the 6th grade.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. She came on your show.
Shepherd, she was on my show.
Who else, Steve?
I can still tell.
What about Junior, though?
I sure wish I could find Donna Bland. That was my elementary school crush.
Peggy.
Yvonne Chuckles.
Got a list.
Listen at these names, though.
I know, Chuckles.
Michelle Harris.
Look, he closing his eyes.
Oh, man. Alva Hicks.
Who, dog?
Alva Hicks. Linda Robinson. I had so many crushes, man. I loved everybody back then.
just loving people.
What about you, Junior?
Jamaica Green.
He's still going.
Jamaica Green.
Michelle Hawkins.
We know Michelle Hawkins, Steve. We know her.
When I was in high school, man, Michelle Pierce. Lord have mercy. Michelle Pierce.
Well, what did you like about them back in high school?
Michelle Pierce.
Uh-huh.
Oh, eyes. Yeah, she was just
eyes.
female. It's just, back then it was just female.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't about characteristics. It was just female. I was discovering myself. So pretty much a female. Like if you smile back at me, you had me. I was in love. What you mean?
All right, coming up at 20 minutes after the hour.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of requirements back then.
We'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Listen up, Steve Harvey Nation. Experience the award-winning Soul of Motown. Celebrating Motown legends at the Westgate Cabaret at Westgate Las Vegas Resort and Casino. You could win a trip for two to see Soul of Motown, including round-trip coach airfare, 2-night hotel stay, a $250 credit at Serenity Spa, and a $150 dinner credit at Edge Steakhouse. Enter now and get rules at SteveHarveyFM.com. That is SteveHarveyFM.com for all the info. It is sponsored by Westgate Resorts. Nice. I want to go. I want to go.
Let's do it. Let's take a trip.
Yes, to Vegas.
I'm about to catch another flight.
Let's go. Yeah.
And I'm going to stand up and sing every Motown legend song.
Everyone.
The entire time. Everyone. Having a good time.
Good music right there.
Yeah, fun trip. That's awesome.
Yeah, we should plan that.
Never mad at Vegas.
Man, you know it. Why you be saying stuff, Shirley? We should
we go to Vegas.
Shirley not in the plan to go to Vegas.
Everywhere. I don't like
Monica got to make her do everything.
Monica got to make her. Well,
Monica has to make her do everything. Shirley don't do nothing unless Monica make her. Shirley will sit her ass at that house. If Monica don't come, Shirley, come on, let's go. Dog.
All right. We'll be back with the round of Would You Rather coming up at 33 minutes after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for a round of Would You Rather. Would you rather, guys, have a sexy first name or just have a foreign accent?
Tommy is sexy now. Tommy.
No, it ain't.
Tommy.
Tommy.
You can call it what it is.
Tommy. Tommy.
Tommy is an Italian word. It means baby toe.
Whatever.
Or would you rather have a foreign accent? Would you rather have a foreign accent, Junior?
I would rather have a sexy first name, so I'll just go with the foreign accent.
Kier?
You can't have no accent with that high pitch.
Kier.
It's what?
It's Kier.
Kier.
Yeah.
Don't nobody know that. We've been calling you Kier the whole damn time. Everybody calling you no damn Kier. You need another E at the end of that name. It's Kier.
You can't even spell. Stop.
I know it ain't no damn Kier. When the last time y'all called his ass Kier?
Kier is sexy. Okay, I'll give you that, Junior.
Yeah, Junior. Your name Kier, my name's Steve.
Tomei, Steve, Kier.
Yeah. All right, I'd rather just get the name. I already got an accent. Hell.
Yeah. All right,
I'm country as hell, so.
Would you guys rather be heckled on stage or would you rather have your exes on the front row? while you're performing? Which one?
Hell, them on the front row is heckling me.
Yeah, that's silent.
Those are the hecklers. Your exes.
They ain't got to say nothing. That's heckling.
Hey, you talking about all your exes?
Yeah, that row crowd.
Yeah, have all your exes on the front row. Or be happy.
That'd be a hell of a show, boy.
We got to get through this set, though.
Yeah, a couple of them need to see me, though. Yeah. Yeah, back then you didn't want me.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're on the front row. You're all on me. Yeah. Yeah. I bet you never thought you'd have to be on the front row. Missed it. Yeah. I bet you,
So
everybody thought I would never be on stage. Yeah, come on, all of them.
All right. Would you rather have 4 wives in 4 different homes, or would you rather have 1 wife in a tiny house?
I can't do that tiny house with you. I got
I'm going to take them 4 wives.
I'm going to take them 4 wives.
I'm not coming in that tiny house because there's no way I could stay married in a tiny house. It's no way.
Why not? Married people are in tiny houses.
Because I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. It's just no way. You're not going to survive that. It don't matter. It don't matter what it is. You can eat coleslaw all damn day. I'm telling you what, I don't know what it is. But you can do whatever you want to do. But you're not in a tiny house. I don't give a damn what you eat. You can drink baby milk. You can drink Similac. When your ass is in that tiny house. See, the problem is what you done ate all them years before. That's lying in your colon. It's the collagen.
You need a cleanse.
Penicillin.
All right.
Hennessy.
That's today's round of Would You Rather. Coming up, our last break of the day at 49 minutes right after this.
Hot sausage.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
There's a ton of stuff they don't want you to know.
Does the U.S. government really have alien technology?
And what about the future of artificial intelligence, AI? What happens when computers learn to think?
Could there be a serial killer in your town?
From UFOs to psychic powers and government cover-ups, from unsolved crimes to the bleeding edge of science, history is riddled with unexplained events.
We've spent a decade applying critical thinking to some of the most bizarre phenomena in civilization and beyond.
Each week, we dive deep into unsolved mysteries, conspiracy theories, and actual conspiracies. You've heard about these things, but what's the full story?
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your favorite shows.
All right, guys, here we are, our last break of the day and of the week. Remember, you can always catch the Steve Harvey Morning Show on demand on the free iHeartRadio app. And if you haven't seen Netflix's 85 South Ghetto Legends comedy special, check it out this weekend. It's #1 on Netflix. It is #1 right now.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the 85 South boys.
Yeah, hung out with us
special guest this week.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Let me give you some closing remarks, something I was thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, I get asked this question. They say, Steve, how do you stay motivated? Or they say, Steve, what is your motivation? What drives you? What keeps you turning the wheels? I mean, year after year after year, you just keep on going, man. What is it? And you know what? It's really simple, everybody. And this is something you can do too. You know what my whole motivation is, the thing that drives me? I just never stopped dreaming. I've never stopped. I'm always dreaming. I'm always having visions. I'm always looking at something else. I'm always seeing more. I just never stopped dreaming. And here's the thing about dreaming, folks. It ain't ever too late to dream. If you stop for whatever reason because the one you wanted to happen didn't come true, you probably stopped too early. I know way too many people who have given up when they might have captured the Victor's Cup. And they learned too late when the night came down how close they were to the Golden Crown. I know too many people who've lived that stanza, that poem, don't quit. I know people, man, who if they had just dug a little bit deeper, they'd have struck oil. If they had just dug a little bit longer, they'd have uncovered the diamonds. If they'd have just hung in there, man, God was just getting ready to turn on the light switch. But people give up. If you've been in that position, it's never too late to restart. You're never too old to dream. You're never too young to dream. Listen to me, man. With God, prayer, faith, and work, you need all of these now. You need God, you need prayer, you need faith, and you got to be willing to put in the work. If you use those 4 things, all things are possible. All things are possible. One of the things that I'm about to sit down and do this week, because normally I have my son redo my vision board for me. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit down on the computer and I'm going to learn how to do my own. Because, man, I've been having some new dreams. I've been having some new visions. And I can't wait till my son to get available for him to put it on the spreadsheet and then turn it into a photo and then turn it into my wallpaper so I can make it my home screen. My phone has been empty now for 2 months. I'm finna stop that because I was looking at my life the other day and everything I've ever asked him for came true. Do you know, man, one of the things I was asking God for was I wanted to increase my reach with people. I wanted to be able to help more boys and girls. I wanted our foundation to extend itself. So hard for me to get to my ranch in Dallas. That's a 2.5-hour flight. So now you know how that gotta go. You want to go to the ranch, you gotta go get on a plane for 2.5 hours. So my prayer was, God, I want to find me about 300 acres. And I want that 300 acres to be within an hour and a half. Start dreaming again. Start praying again. Start talking to God. Have some faith and put in some work. And let God make your dreams come true, too. Y'all have a great one. Talk to God. He'd love to hear from you. We out of here.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
So there is a ton of stuff they don't want you to know.
Yeah, like does the U.S. government really have alien technology?
Or what about the future of AI? What happens when computers actually learn to think?
Could there be a serial killer in your town? From UFOs to psychic powers and government cover-ups, from unsolved crimes to the bleeding edge of science, history is riddled with unexplained events.
Listen to Stuff They Don't Want You to Know on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your favorite shows.
What's up? It's Ice-T with something I know you're going to want to hear. In my new podcast, Ice-T's Daily Game, I'll be dropping some daily wisdom and personal insight that I believe is essential to achieving success in business, love, life, hustling, whatever. I'll be coming to you every single weekday with a fresh new quote that speaks directly to me, and I hope to you as well. In 5 minutes or less, I'll break down why these words matter and reveal personal stories and experiences that show them in action in my life. My goal is to inspire all of you out there to achieve success and happiness, whatever that means to you. So start every weekday morning with me and get inspired. Listen to Ice-T's Daily Game every weekday on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts, and start your morning with me.
I'm Larsa Pippen from The Real Housewives of Miami.
I'm Marcus Jordan, CEO of Trophy Room. We decided to launch this podcast, Separation Anxiety.
We can't live without each other.
We can't. And I think we go through separation anxiety when we're not together.
We kind of wanted to share our stories. We're going to talk about everything and be brutally honest as far as relationships, whether it's your boyfriend, kids, even at work.
There's no subject that we won't tackle on this podcast.
Telling you everything.
Listen to Separation Anxiety with Larsa and Marcus on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
These days, more often than not, the success of a company is attributed to its founder. But that's only part of the story. My name is Noah Callahan-Bever, and I'm proud to present Idea Generation's All Angles, a Will Packer Media podcast. We'll be talking to all the key players from all your favorite brands, like Loud Records, Ghetto Gastro, and Earn Your Leisure. So join me each week as we dissect the most dynamic companies in culture, because the only way to truly understand success is to look at it from all angles. Listen to Idea Generation's All Angles on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcasts.